Hey guys, this is Caleb from the Wellness Hub, and so today I thought I'd speak to you guys about intermittent fasting. As you can tell by the title, quite a few patients of mine have been asking me about this, so I thought I'll make a video of it. And so almost in most of my patients that come in, before we actually get going into that, as you would know, I'm a biokineticist by profession. So essentially, I am a exercise specialist, and so we treat injuries, ailments through exercise. And so most of my patients, if not all, who come in to be treated, I put them on this diet, and they seem quite shocked initially, and so you start explaining to them why we do this, and then the light bulb starts to go off. And so today I thought I'll give you a practical experience as to why I would do something like that. And so there's a lot of research out on intermittent fasting. Now, very briefly, what is intermittent fasting and what do I advocate? So for me, I do the 16 to 8 ratio intermittent fasting. And so essentially it is, I get my patients to fast for 16 hours, and then there's an 8-hour window period that they can eat. Now, initially, I don't tell them what to eat. I just say to them, guys, just eat in that 8-hour window period, but you have to fast for at least 16 hours. And that's the minimum. And initially the eyes really start, they're a bit hesitant initially, and they think, flip, 16 hours, how am I going to fast for 16 hours? And almost immediately I say to them, how many hours are you sleeping? And they would say about roughly 8 hours. And so I say 8 hours, but you shouldn't be eating during your sleep. And if you're eating during your sleep, you have a problem. You shouldn't be eating during your sleep. But anyway, so ideally you'll be sleeping for 8 hours roughly, and so you wake up the next day and roughly you should have about 8 hours left of fasting. Now, why 16 hours specifically? Very briefly, this is not why I'm making this video, but very briefly, why 16 hours of fasting? So the research has shown it takes about plus minus 8 hours for the carbohydrates to be depleted within the system. And why would we need to do that? Why do we want to deplete or get rid of all the carbohydrates within the body over there? Now, carbohydrates is not a bad thing, but you get 3 energy sources. You get carbohydrates, fats, and protein. Now, if there's carbohydrates in the body will not touch the fat stores and as well as the protein stores. And so by really depleting the body of the carbohydrate stores, you then allow the body to tap into the fat stores. And so it takes 8 hours for your body to be depleted of roughly of the carbohydrate stores, and only then the second 8-hour period of fasting is then where we tap into the fat stores. And that's why we recommend 16 hours. So you've now been fasting for 16 hours, and what are the benefits that you experience? Now, the research, like I mentioned, there's a lot of research out on this, and so I'm going to give you the practical experience of why we do intermittent fasting. So one of the biggest things that you'll notice is you have an incredible amount of energy, and a lot of people would think it's the opposite. You should have less energy logically, but that's not the case. And the reason is there is an increase of this beautiful hormone called human growth hormone. And this human growth hormone is responsible for the healing of the tissues, which is so important, the rejuvenation and the overall health of the tissues within the body. Now, someone comes in with knee pain, someone comes in with chronic fatigue, someone comes in with chronic inflammation, arthritis, and guess what? The intermittent fasting will actually help to heal the tissues. It will actually help to get rid of the inflammation over there. So that's one of the big things that we one of the reasons why we would get people to be on this lifestyle change. And also energy levels. If you're having low energy, this will really get you to feel much better and feel like yourself again. Now, if you look at kids have a lot of energy, and the reason is they actually have this crazy amount of human growth hormone. And so, as you know, kids that bump themselves, they scratch themselves, and they grow and have lots of energy. It's because of this hormone, human growth hormone. And guess what, guys? Human growth hormone is also known as the anti-aging hormone. And so if you want to feel good, look good, this hormone is your friend. And so that's one of the reasons why, again, I would recommend or advocate intermittent fasting. The second thing is you really have clear thoughts, clear memories. You don't have this thing called brain fog. You're able to really just think in a way that is so much more clearer. And the reason is there's another hormone very similar to human growth hormone, but only this time it's human growth hormone for the brain called BDNF, which is brain-derived neurotrophic factor. And so this hormone in the brain helps to consolidate, helps to create new pathways within the brain, which helps with memory, which helps with just overall clarity of thought and processing power within the brain. So it is a fantastic tool. I don't know who wouldn't want to be able to remember, be able to process things a lot more quicker. Sign me up for that. So that's the second thing that it does for you, which is amazing. Now, I've had patients come in with knee issues and wrist issues and shoulder issues, frozen shoulder, neck issues. They had disc replacements within the neck, and I put them on this, and the pain dissipates. They no longer have pain, and this is not within 2-3 weeks. This is within 1 week. They have no pain, and I haven't really even touched or gone into the exercise per se. And they have no pain. So that's one of the profound benefits of intermittent fasting. So you've now taken upon this to do, and you've noticed that you have clarity of thought, you've noticed that you have increase in energy, and you actually notice that you're pain-free. What more would you want? Another big factor is weight loss. And this is one of the best things that I've noticed within myself and my patients as well. And so I've been doing intermittent fasting now for about 2 years now, and I've lost quite a bit of weight, but in a good way. And I've seen this with my patients as well. I've lost the weight, but I was able to maintain good musculature, and so the quality of the muscle was still maintained while decreasing the fat over there. And I haven't taken supplements for over 4 or 5 years now. I've just had a very bad experience with supplements. I almost died. That's another story. So I've never taken supplements for about 5 years, and so I only depended on eating well and the intermittent fasting. So just regards to that, I cannot fault intermittent fasting in that way. Another thing is cravings. A lot of people have massive cravings initially, and so you will. But you'll notice the first day of intermittent fasting, it does get difficult. Maybe even the second day, but by the third day, fourth day, you realize, oh my word, this is the most easiest thing I could ever do. Now, why would I do intermittent fasting, and how do you go about doing it? If I were to simplify intermittent fasting, it would be really just to skip breakfast. Now, a lot of people would say, oh, but Kaylin, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And I'm here to say, I don't know if it is. I've done a bit of research on it, and there's not too much research on breakfast being the most important meal of the day. Then the only research that I found that does show that, they've been backed up by cereal companies, Kellogg's being the major cereal company that did that. So I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure um, there are some form of benefits, but it's not definitely not the most important meal of the day. And so I would say, um, really give yourself the experience of experiencing what intermittent fasting can do, and then you be the judge of that. And that's what I've done with my whole life. You know, I've come across a new idea, and I thought, okay, what does the research say? And but most importantly, how do I feel doing this? And so I think a lot of people really cut themselves short only looking at the research and not feeling the benefit of what it could do for you. So really, guys, give yourself the benefit of it, give it a go, see how it makes you feel, and you'll be pleasantly surprised. Now, a lot of people, you know, going back to the cravings, you know, these have these cravings, but almost immediately these cravings dissipate. You no longer have these crazy deep desires for this chocolates and so forth over there. And even if you do occasionally, you're more than happy to indulge in these cravings, because again, if you stick into the window period of eating, you can eat whatever. Now, I must just say that, you know, so when you do start to get into it and you've been doing this now for a couple weeks, there are things that you have to change in order to, you know, get the continue having the benefit of it. But initially, you know, I tell my patients, don't change anything in terms of what you're eating, only change when you eat. So you wake up in the morning, it's already been 8 hours of fasting, skip breakfast, don't have breakfast, go until lunchtime, which is 12 or 11 o'clock, 12 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then you only have your first meal of the day. And you'll notice that as you continue doing this, you actually don't feel as hungry, and this is how incredible the body is. The body adapts quickly. The body really has the ability to adapt quite a bit, and in a short period of time. So you don't have these hunger pains as much as what you would get previously. And so it's about training the body. It's about getting the body used to a different environment and allowing the body to accept what we're teaching it to do. You have to train the body. It's not the other way around. We can't allow our environment to train us. We have to train our bodies within the environment we're in. And that's so key. So this is a small tool that you could use to really take control of your life. And so you will have the ability to have increase in energy. You'll have the ability to think more clearer. You'll have the ability to lose weight. You'll have the ability, oh, by the way, if you do have high blood pressure, if you do have cholesterol, if you do have diabetes or any insulin resistance or any insulin resistance, this will help with that as well, because that's the power of fasting. It heals the body. Now, I'm not a very big advocate on the ketogenic diet, which is somehow connected to intermittent fasting. I'm not a big, I'm just not a big believer in that. And so, and I'll speak about that in the next videos to come. But what I'm saying is, it's simple. It is absolutely simple. All you do, you wake up in the morning, you skip breakfast, which means you actually take less time, or you have more time to do what you want to do, because you don't have to make yourself breakfast. You go for another 8 hours, and you eat about 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, depending on when your last meal was the previous day. And so if you finish 7 o'clock, if your last meal is 7 o'clock in the evening, and then obviously 7 hours, and you add on 16 hours from your 7 hours, from 7 o'clock the evening, and you should be able to work out when you should be able to eat again. So let's say again, you eat 7 p.m. in the evening, 7 p.m. plus 16 hours, that's your next meal over there. Simple as that, nothing complicated as well. Don't change what you're eating, it's exactly the same, because what happens is the moment you start changing things, and now you're changing when you're eating, it becomes too overwhelming, and you're actually not going to maintain the lifestyle change. So start very simple, guys. There's a lot of research out on this. If you want more information on the on the intermittent fasting, you can go onto our website, which is thewellnesshub.co.za, and there I have an article that goes in depth of why you want to go into this thing called intermittent fasting. We touch on everything, the science the science behind it, and I think you guys will really benefit reading that over there. So, guys, just practically, you feel a lot more better. You lose weight. You have clarity of thought, and it is so easy to do. There is no reason why we shouldn't do this, or at least give it a go. So give yourself the experience of it, and really just embrace it, if you will, and let me know how it goes. Until next time, guys, have a great day, and looking forward to just looking forward to just communicating with you guys and hearing from you. Until then, have a great day and peace.